right, so what I've done, I have put it up against the wall. Note there are no screws holding this in. The screw on top and the screw on bottom are different sizes. So there's two big screws, those that go on the very top, and then there's two little screws in that bag. You can see them, they're gonna go on the bottom. But what's important here, and I'm gonna show you after I mount this, there's two things. I said that little, there's a hole back there that needs to be, contained or closed up. I don't believe it does. I'm going to try and close it up regardless. We'll see. But the hole on the bottom most certainly is going to have to be closed up. And then that should be the only things that need to be addressed. Now, I got to get some, I'm going to take a look at this in a second. I got to get these three cables. You can see the ends of them right there. Let me focus in that one, and that one. Those have to be mounted into the base of this, right? I can't quite get my camera underneath there, but underneath there on the backside, I can unscrew these a little bit, and then what's gonna happen, they go in there and then I screw those in. And that little white thing down there, that's where the grounding cable goes in the bottom of that. So once I do that, I'm gonna get this mounted to the wall, and then I'll get those, start getting the grounding cable in there at first, and then I'll work on the others. All right, so we've got it fully mounted to the wall now. Big screw here, little screw here, little screw here, and big screw here. So that is completely secured on there. So there's a few more things that still need to happen. These cables that we pulled from that back panel, right? You can see they came through that hole. Also notice I closed up that other hole. There was one of those available. These cables now need to be put under here and here and in there. So I am going to do one at a time, obviously. I'm going to take my time on this. This takes a little finagling, as you can see, and it is definitely a two-handed thing. So I just got to finagle the ground into the ground, and then the red and the black into these, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, GregOnTesla. So here's the deal. Getting the ground in, easy. Do that one first. See it? That one was the easiest of the three. You have to get it in because the other two are in front. And when you unscrew these, be very careful. Just screw them both out. You have to make sure that these are all the way in. If you can yank these out, then that's no good. These are fully tightened in there now. So that's really important. Okay, so as I hold the camera here, you're gonna notice a few things. There are little dip switches here. These mean nothing to you. They only are for if you are in a position where you are installing multiple wall units, wall chargers. If you're doing that and you want to daisy chain these things, you could do that. That's what they're for. Ignore them. The same thing with these. These two things, I'm going to get better light here. Hold on. All right, so the dip switches, one's in the down and two's in the up. That is good. And then this dial, which has these teeny tiny little numbers, has to be set in accordance to what your amp service is set at. So the 1 up, 2 down, consult with your electrician, but basically what that means is if you're over 240 volts or something like that, look at the manual, just make sure you have those in the right position, 1 up, 2 down. Or 1 down, 2 up, rather, sorry. Refer to the manual, refer to your electrician, make sure that those are correct. In my case, I am using 50 amp service, and according to the book, I'm gonna have to turn that dial to, I wanna say 8 or something. So I'm gonna refer to the manual, and then let me go do that, and I'll make the changes. All right, everybody, so mine needs to be set to what's called line to line, 240 volt or less. That is what mine is. So dip switch 1 is down, dip switch 2 is up. We look here, and dip switch 1 is down, dip switch 2 is up. It's a little hard to tell with the shadowing of the camera, but that is for sure how it's set. The other part, page 2, this is the one that matters. So your the rotary switch position. So the circuit breaker, I have a 50 amp circuit breaker. My maximum output current is going to be 40 amps. My dip switch is rotary switch position number 8. So I have to use a little screwdriver to go change this thing. Man, that is really hard to do. I got to switch that to 8, so I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back.